I'm sure all of you have had at least one chance to experience a Mardi Gras parade in your life. Whether it have been in person and you were able to receive some form of beads, or through television and you were able to watch the magnificent and colorful floats go by. Regardless of how you experience these parades, there is one tradition that you may have missed. Today, I will talk to you about the Flambeaux, which is a very important tradition with Mardi Gras parades. Through my research, I have found 3 important details that I feel are necessary in order for you to grasp the full experience of a Mardi Gras parade. First, I will share with you that the Flambeaux was started out of necessity. Second, I will cover the strike of the Flambeaux after World War II. And third, I will explain to you how the Flambeaux has evolved into the performance that we experience today. We'll start with knowing how the Flambeaux started. The Flambeaux was started out of necessity. In 1857, this was the first time the Mardi Gras celebrations had began. The word flambeau is French for flaming torch. These groups consisted of African American men carrying 70-pound torches. They carried these torches for the full stretch of the parade, which was about 5 miles. They held these torches that way onlookers could experience and grasp the colors of every float in the parade. 25 and 50-cent coins would be thrown to the carriers, and these were their tips for the night. Like I said, the Flambeaux consisted of racially segregated and enslaved African Americans. At the time, these African Americans were fighting hard for equality in America. However, according to John Ashcroft, the Dred Scott decision was made this year. It barred African Americans from citizenship in the United States and also upheld slavery. The carriers in the Flambeaux knew their worth, and they knew that they were not being paid nearly enough for the work that they did. The second detail I will hit on is the time the Flambeaux went on strike after World War II. In 1942, Mardi Gras was postponed. This was not the first time, and it was definitely not the last. However, preparing for the Mardi Gras celebrations was year-round, so many of the floats and decorations had already been ordered and fabricated. Although there was no official Mardi Gras parade, the National World War II Museum states that some carnival events and celebrations did take place during the war years, but those events had a patriotic makeover. After the war, veteran Flambeaux carriers demanded better wages. They had previously been paid only $2 per parade. They were now demanding $5. Of course, they were denied. And after 2 years of Flambeau-less parades, they were finally given a raise of $4. And while $4 is not $5, this was still a huge amount more than the $2 they were previously paid. The last detail I will share with you is how the Flambeaux have evolved into the magnificent performance that we experience today. Because of technology, most believe that the Flambeaux is no longer necessary for light. And while this may be true, they are necessary for the performance and enjoyment that we get from the parade. This tradition shows onlookers the history and keeps our memories alive. Most of the Flambeaux is still made up of African American males. However, the first all-white men Flambeaux made their appearance in 1969. Then, in 2014, the first all-female Flambeaux, called the Glambeaux, made their appearance. This was according to the society pages. Performance from Flambeaux carriers have taken over the show of the parade. Many carriers sing, dance, and twirl as they follow the parade routes. Now, the torches have changed from 70-pound sticks to only 15-pound metal poles. These poles have a steel plate behind the flame. Sometimes this plate is decorated, other times there would be a decoration right here in this area. The kerosene is held in this bucket at the top. That way, the Flambeaux carriers have plenty of fuel for the whole entire parade. Now that you have learned 3 important details about the Flambeau, you can better understand the tradition behind those upcoming Mardi Gras parades. Finally, to wrap it all up for you, having a better understanding of tradition around you allows life to be so much more enjoyable. In the next Mardi Gras parade, try to see if you can pick out those Flambeau holders. They should be pretty easy to see. Try to remember that the Flambeau was started out of necessity, changed because of World War II, and evolved into what you view today. Before I researched the Flambeau, I never knew about this tradition. That had me thinking that what other traditions do we miss out on because we don't know about them? Could these traditions make life so much more beautiful?